Hello students, today in this class we will discuss haloalkanes and haloarenes. Listen carefully. What are haloalkanes and haloarenes? Haloalkanes and haloarenes. Listen, we know the definition of haloalkane because already you studied this part, haloalkane and haloarenes in theoretical part. Today we will discuss to the objective level, means to the NEET level. Directly we will go to the preparation methods of haloalkanes. We will discuss preparation methods of haloalkanes by using different substrate molecules, and later we will look at some of the questions which are appeared in the previous year examinations. Now we will look at the preparation methods. Have a concentration. First one, from hydrocarbons. Listen, we know that when hydrocarbons, for example methane, reacts with halogen molecule, that is, I will take X2, in presence of diffused sunlight to form methyl halide, means this is nothing but halomethane plus halogen acid is the byproduct. But if you observe this reaction over here, actually what happens, this reaction is an example of substitution reaction. This is substitution. Which type of substitution? This is free radical substitution. Which one? Free radical. Actually this process involves the formation of free radicals. What happens, this X2, by the absorption of this diffused sunlight, it dissociates to form halogen free radicals. I think you know that free radicals are formed by homolytic cleavage. Which type of cleavage? Homolytic cleavage. This is homolysis. Always free radicals are formed by homolysis process. In a chemical reactions, heterolysis always produce ions. It may be positive ion or negative ion. Okay. Initially this process takes place. Now the halogen free radical attacks methane molecule. Halogen free radical attacks what? Methane molecule. Okay. How this process takes place? Listen carefully. Over here also there is a homolysis, homolytic cleavage. Now this H dot combined with what? X dot to form what? HX. Methyl free radical is generated. This methyl free radical again attacks another X2 molecule another X2 molecule, another halogen molecule, and now this methyl free radical combine with this halogen, a free radical, to form CH3X plus again halogen free radical. Again this halogen free radical attacks water, methane molecule. This process is known as, actually this is initiation step. This step is known as what? Initiation. Listen carefully. Already you studied this concept in previous year, that is in class 11 you studied this concept of halogenation of methane. Okay, this is what? Initiation. And this step 2, this is what? Propagation. What is this? Propagation. Okay, and this last step is known as what? Termination. Just I am glancing whatever you studied in last year. Okay, no need to go in detail. You should know the mechanism of this reaction. Okay, this is how this over here we can prepare what? Haloalkanes. Okay, this is a simple example I have given. Now we will look at different examples so that we will come to know how halogenation process occurs in case of hydrocarbons. When propane reacts with chlorine in presence of diffused sunlight, what is the product? Listen, the product over here is two products are formed. How many different hydrogens are there? How many different hydrogens are there? Over here two types of different hydrogens are available. If you observe the given molecule, you will find two different types of hydrogen. Over here this methyl group and this methyl group both are same, and this one is different. If you replace this hydrogen with a halogen, the product is CH3 CH2 CH2Cl, chloropropane, that is one chloropropane. If you replace from this carbon, if you replace hydrogen from this carbon, the product is CH3 CHCl CH3 plus totally how many? 2 HCl. But this equation is not balanced. You balance first. How many chlorine atoms are there? 1, 2, there 2, totally 4. You need to, yes, how many carbon atoms are there? 6. Over here only 3. You multiply this one by 2. 2 molecules. Okay, this is how we have to balance the chemical equations. Now over here I have written two products, but out of two products which one is the major and which one is the minor? This first one is what? 1 chloropropane. Second one is 2 chloropropane. But which one is a major product? 2 chloropropane is a major and 1 chloropropane is a minor. Why 2 chloropropane is a major and 1 chloropropane is a minor? Listen carefully. I told you this process takes place with the formation of what? Free radicals. Over here two free radicals are produced during the process. First one is CH3 CH2. If you cleave this carbon hydrogen bond, you are going to get what? CH2 dot. This is what? Primary free radical. Am I right? This is primary free radical. Okay, and if you homolyze this hydrogen, you are going to get another free radical, that is CH3 CH3. This is what? If you observe, this is what? Secondary free radical. Okay, this is what? Secondary free radical. means which free radical is highly stable. You studied this concept in first year itself. Okay, always secondary, this secondary free radical is more stable than primary free radical. What is the order of stability of free radicals? Listen, order of stability of free radicals. Order of stability of free radicals. Which one is a more stable free radical? That is tertiary free radical is a highly stable than secondary, than primary. Lastly, methyl free radical. I think you know why tertiary is a more stable. That can be explained by using which effect? Hyperconjugation effect. Understood? Okay, you studied this concept in first year itself. That's what I am not going deeper into the subject. Okay, I'm giving you ideas regarding free radicals. Therefore, over here, secondary is highly stable means which free radical formed in more quantity? Secondary free radical formed in more quantity. That's why this 2-chloropropane, which is obtained by this 2-chloropropane is obtained by what? This is obtained by, listen carefully, this 2-chloropropane is obtained by this secondary free radical, which is highly stable. Okay, stable means it is formed in more quantity, then it should be a what? Major product. And this compound 1-chloropropane is obtained by what? This primary free radical. This is less stable, therefore it is formed in minor quantity. Understood? Now next one is, if you observe the order of reactivity of halogen molecules during halogenation of hydrocarbons. If you observe the reactivity, fluorine molecule is highly reactive compared to chlorine, than bromine, than iodine. You need to remember these points because these are very important for the point of examination. Okay, now next we will look at one more example. Okay, now I will take neopentane. What is this? Neopentane reacts with Br2 in presence of diffuse sunlight. What is the product? Listen carefully. Over here, how many different free radicals are formed? 2 free radicals. That's why 2 products are formed. Over here, how many different free radicals may form? Only 1 free radical is obtained over here. That is, you look at the compound first, hydrocarbon. If you replace this one, all the 4 methyl groups are what? Same. If all the methyl groups are same, then the free radical which is formed is only 1. What is the free radical over here? What is the free radical? I will write a free radical. What is the free radical formed? This is the structure of free radical. This is the structure of free radical. Okay, plus H dot. This is the free radical. If you replace this hydrogen, same free radical. If you replace this hydrogen, the free radical formed is same. If you replace this one, same, because all the methyl groups are equivalent. If they are equivalent, then on homolysis process, the free radical should be what? Same. Understood? Therefore, over here only 1 product is formed. Only 1 product is formed. What is that? CH2Br. Understood? Okay, this is what byproduct, you know already that is what byproduct is HBr. This is regarding preparation of haloalkanes by free radical halogenation process. Okay, you studied this free radical halogenation in the class 11 itself. Now we will move on to next method of preparation. Second method is from alkenes. Listen, when alkenes reacts with HX, means halogen acids, in presence of methylene dichloride, or you can take acetic acid, whatever, any one solvent, methylene dichloride as the solvent. What is the product? The product over here is, you know already, this you studied in first year itself. Okay, haloalkane, that is monohaloalkane is the product. This is one of the method of preparation of monohaloalkanes from alkenes. But over here there is a addition of this HX across the double bond. Please listen carefully. Over here addition of HX across the double bond takes place. Okay, during addition reactions, what happens actually? If it is a triple bond, on addition it is converted into double bond, and on further addition it is converted into single bond. Means triple bond is converted into single bond by double addition. Understood? And double bond is converted into single bond. In this example, in this reaction, what happens? Double bond is converted into single bond. How? By single addition, because double bond is converted into single bond by single addition. Okay, this addition, it follows Markovnikov's rule. Which rule? Markovnikov's rule. You studied this Markovnikov's rule in first year. What is Markovnikov's rule? Listen carefully. During addition reaction, the positive part, which is the positive part, H plus is the positive part and X minus is the negative part. What is Markovnikov's rule? During addition reaction, the positive part of the addendum means adding molecule. Okay, addendum get attached to the carbon containing maximum number of hydrogens. What is Markovnikov's rule? During addition reactions, the positive part of the addendum get attached to the carbon containing maximum number of hydrogens across the double bond. For example, if you take this one, means this is nothing but what? CH2, CH3. Okay, if you add HBr in presence of solvent, how this addition takes place? I told you this follows what? Markovnikov's rule. Positive part, this is what? Positive part, and this is what? Negative part. Okay, positive part get attached to the carbon containing, what? Carbon containing maximum number of hydrogens, and negative part get attached to carbon containing minimum number. What is the product? The product is CH3 CHBr CH3, 2 bromo propane. One more product is formed. What is that? Br attached to the carbon containing maximum and this H plus attached to the carbon containing minimum, that is a major product, so that is minor product, but this one is a what? Major. This addition takes place according to which rule? Markovnikov's rule. We should know these things. Okay, one more example. If you take this compound, okay, if you add HBr, okay, when HBr is added, what is the product? Addition takes place according to Markovnikov's rule. Okay, what is Markovnikov's rule? Positive part to the maximum number of carbon containing maximum number of hydrogen atoms and negative part to the carbon containing minimum number. Okay, what is the product? This product is obtained. Understood? Now, I think you studied even when the same substrate molecule and the same reagent, but just a little difference. If you add HBr in presence of peroxide, if you add HBr in presence of peroxide, what happens? This addition of HBr in presence of peroxide exactly takes place opposite to that of Markovnikov's rule. HBr addition takes place exactly opposite to that of what? Markovnikov's rule. Means this over here what happens actually, H plus attached to the carbon containing minimum number and Br minus to the carbon containing maximum number. Means over here product is totally different. What is the product? This one is the product. Okay, this is the measure. Over here this one is the measure, but in this case this compound is measured. Actually, if you observe, only difference is over here absence of peroxide, over here presence of peroxide. This difference in the addition happens because of presence of peroxide. That's why this is known as peroxide effect. You studied this concept also. That's why it is very important to have a knowledge of first year chemistry, to understand completely the ideas which are given in the second year. We should know the basic things properly so that we can understand all the concepts of second year. This is known as what? Peroxide effect, or this was observed by the name scientist Karash. That's why this effect is also known as Karash effect. Which effect? Karash effect. Which effect? Karash effect. Over here addition follows. Actually addition takes place exactly opposite to what? Markovnikov rule. That's why this addition over here, addition takes place opposite to Markovnikov rule. That's why this is known as anti-Markovnikov rule. It follows what? Anti-Markovnikov rule. What is Markovnikov rule? During addition reaction, the positive part attached to the carbon containing maximum number of hydrogen across the double bond. Exactly opposite. What is that? During addition reaction, the positive part get attached to the carbon containing minimum number of hydrogens. That's it. Okay, very simple. Understood? This is regarding what? This addition reaction. Now, next one is, this is a preparation of haloalkanes from alkenes. Now one more method is that same substrate is same, alkenes only, but over here from alkenes only, but we are going to prepare what? Dihaloalkanes. Actually not needed, but have a look at it. Okay. X2 in presence of CCl4. Okay, this is nothing but this is also addition reaction, but this is a electrophilic addition. Electrophilic addition reaction. Always you remember these things. There are four types of organic reactions. First one is substitution reaction, second one is addition reaction, third one is rearrangement reactions, okay, and fourth one is elimination reaction. We should know all the four types of reactions, and whenever a reaction is provided, whenever any organic reaction is provided, we are in a position to identify the given reaction belongs to which type out of four different types of organic reactions, okay. This is what electrophilic addition. By looking at reaction itself, we will come to know that this is a addition reaction, because over here double bond is converted into what? Single bond. I have given a clue. Whenever unsaturated compound is converted into saturated, there always what happens? Actually addition takes place. Because of addition only the unsaturation is converted into saturation, okay. This is one of the method. That's not important over here. Next method is from alcohols. Even we can prepare by using what? Alcohols. How? Listen, when alcohol is heated with phosphorus pentachloride, the product is RCl, means chloroalkane. This is nothing but haloalkane, plus POCl3 plus HCl. Listen, this reaction appears to be very difficult, but I will give you some shortcuts to remember and how to write the product. So very simple. We know ROH is the precursor. Precursor means starting material. When this PCl5, listen, PCl5 I can write PCl3, Cl and Cl. Like this you should use shortcuts. Listen carefully. If you divide this one, just you see, this is nothing but what? RCl, product number 1. This is product number POCl3, product number 2. This is product number 3. Understood? This shortcut can be used while writing the products. Mechanism is there, but mechanism is not required now, because we are just discussing the synopsis of what haloalkanes and haloarenes. I am not actually entering into the mechanism part of this reaction. We will discuss in theoretical part in future classes, okay. Now this is what PCl5, but over here by using this method, listen carefully, we cannot prepare, we can only prepare chloroalkanes, but we cannot prepare by using this method bromoalkanes and iodoalkanes. These two cannot be prepared by using this method. Why? Because to prepare bromoalkane and iodoalkane, what is the reagent? The reagent should be PBr5 and PI5, but these two are highly unstable. Understood? These two are highly unstable. These two are what? Highly unstable. Again a question arises, why these are unstable? Then again we have to go into the structural properties of these compounds. Actually this is a PCl5 is a trigonal bipyramidal compound, okay. What is the geometry? Trigonal bipyramidal geometry with a sp3d hybridization. We have to go into that one again, okay. That is not required. Just you remember these 2 points. PBr5, PI5 are highly unstable. Hence by using this method we cannot prepare bromoalkanes and iodo. Then how to prepare bromo and iodo? By using trihalides, by using PX3, where X is nothing but what? Where X is either Br or I, okay. means PbR3. If you take PbR3, you will get what? RBr when you take PbR3. If you take, this is what? PbR3. if you take Pi3, then you will get what? Ri. But over here byproduct is different, that is ortho H3PO3, orthophosphorus acid, H3PO3. Mechanism we will discuss in theory classes. Okay, there you should remember these points. And PbR3, Pi3 are also unstable, but these can be prepared by using red phosphorus. By using what? Red phosphorus with halogen. Pr2, you will get PbR3. Balancing is very simple. 4, you multiply this one by 4. 4 3s are 12. 12 means 6 2s are 12. Very simple. Okay, like that. If you replace Br2 by I2, you will get what? Pi3, phosphorus triiodide. This is phosphorus tribromide. Okay, this PbR3, Pi3 are also unstable. Then, but actually they are not highly unstable. These two are highly unstable. These are also unstable, but we can prepare in situ. In situ means during the reaction itself. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾ ಕನ್ನಡದೊಳಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇವು ಎರಡು ವಸ್ತುಗಳೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೈಲಿ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಸ್ಥಿರ ಅದಾವ, ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಸ್ಥಿರ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸ್ಥಿರವಾದಂಥವು ಯಾವುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾಸ್ಫರಸ್ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ರೋಮೈಡ್. ಇದು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿದಪ್ಪ, ಅಷ್ಟೇನು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಥಿರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಬ್ರೋಮೋ ಅಲ್ಕೇನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅಯೋಡೋ ಅಲ್ಕೇನ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇವನು ಎರಡು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋದು, ಮಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಇವನ್ ಎರಡು ಕೂಡಿಸಿ ಹಾಕೋದು. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವೆರಡು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಎದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ? ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಜೊತೆ. ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬರ್ತದೆ ರೀ, ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇಂತೀವಿ ಇನ್ ಸಿಟು ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ತಿಳಿತ್ರಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿಟು? ಇನ್ ಸಿಟು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಓಕೆ, next one is using HX, halogen acid. Halogen acid, this is a very simple. This is what? H plus, and this is what? X minus. And what is the product? R X plus H2O. But over here catalyst is used, that is anhydrous zinc chloride. Okay, this reaction takes place in presence of what? Anhydrous zinc chloride. Why anhydrous zinc chloride, that we will discuss, but you should remember these points. Listen, over here mixture of anhydrous zinc chloride plus concentrated HCl. This mixture is known as Lucas reagent. Which reagent? Lucas reagent. Which reagent? Lucas reagent. This may be a question for 1 mark. Okay, what is Lucas reagent? It is a mixture of anhydrous zinc chloride and concentrated HCl. Lucas reagent is used over here for the preparation of haloalkanes, and this method of preparation of haloalkanes by using alcohols is known as Gru's method. Which method? Gru's method. Understood? Okay, this is regarding what? Preparation of haloalkanes from alcohols. And one more last method of preparation of haloalkanes by using SOCl2, thionyl chloride. By using what? Thionyl chloride. How to prepare haloalkanes by using thionyl chloride? Listen. By using thionyl chloride, when alcohol reacts with SOCl2, thionyl chloride, in presence of pyridine as a catalyst. Pyridine as a catalyst to form RCl plus SO2 plus HCl. The same method you can use over here also. Simply this is ROH, we can write this as a what? SOCl and Cl. Have a look at this one. Very simple. RCl, SO and O, SO2, HCl. Like this, you create your own shortcuts and try to remember reactions and the corresponding products. My request is, don't try to mug up the reactions. Use to create a shortcuts. I am not telling you to mug up the things, means by heart the things. No need of mugging up anything. Okay, actually chemistry, you can't by heart the things, because mugging up reaction over here will not help you, because over here you will come across 1000 together chemical reactions, different types of reactions. If 1-2 reactions are there, we can mug up the things, but over here you will come across very different types of reactions. You can't mug up the things. Okay, please, my request to all of you is, you try to remember all the products and try to create a shortcut so that you can remember very easily. Listen, regarding this one, this process is known as Darjan's process. What is this? Darjan's process. Okay, this is known as what? Darjan's process. You need to know these things. What is the role of pyridine? It is a catalyst. It is what? Catalyst. Till now we discussed different methods, and one more thing over here, by using this method we can't prepare bromoalkane and iodoalkane. Why? To prepare bromo and iodo, we need to take what? SOBr2, which is highly unstable. We can't use this one, highly unstable. And SOI2 means this is chloride, this is thioiodide. This SOI2 cannot be prepared. This does not exist. Doesn't exist. Understood? This compound SOI2 doesn't exist. Okay. Now we have discussed different methods of preparation of haloalkanes, but out of all these methods, Darjan's process is a preferred method. It is a preferred method. Why? The question arises. Why? Because in this Darjan's process, the byproducts, what are the byproducts? Sulfur dioxide and HCl gas. Both are gases. This is a good process for the preparation of haloalkanes, because both the byproducts are gases. They escape out from the reaction mixture, leaving behind only water, pure haloalkane. We will get a pure haloalkane over here. There is no other impurity. Understood? Okay. Now next one is, these are the methods of preparation. Now we will go into, directly we will switch on into chemical properties of haloalkanes. We will go into what? Chemical properties. Okay. Chemical properties of haloalkanes. What are, listen, over here, haloalkanes exhibits different chemical properties. First one is they undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Second one is even haloalkanes, they undergo elimination reaction. They undergo what? Elimination also. Elimination reaction. Third one, even they react with reaction with metals. Reaction with metals to form organometallic compounds. I will explain those things later. First we will look at nucleophilic substitution reactions. Listen carefully. Whenever haloalkanes react with, one by one we will discuss these chemical properties. When haloalkane, you know in haloalkanes the CX bond, this is a reactive part of haloalkane. Remember this point. In haloalkane, which is a reactive part? CX bond. Over here, if you compare carbon and halogen, which one is a more electronegative? Halogen is a more electronegative. Understood? Due to more electronegativity of this halogen, it withdraws electron towards itself. Therefore, it carries partial negative charge and develops partial positive charge on the carbon. So that if you react this one with a reagent which contain nucleophile, now nucleophile, it easily approach what? This carbon containing positive charge, replacing halogen as a halide ion. Understood? That's why I told you this, what haloalkanes undergo what? Nucleophilic substitution reaction. First one is a reaction with what? Aqueous KOH. It reacts with aqueous KOH to form what? ROH. Alcohol is formed. When haloalkanes reacts with aqueous KOH, this ROH is formed along with the formation of water, KX, that is the byproduct. Alcohols are formed. Okay, next. Second one is when you react this one with water. This is a very simple process. These are very simple. Okay, how to write? You know, this is a X minus the R plus. Try to create ions over here also. How to write ions? OH minus and K plus. K plus combined with X minus to form what? KX. And R plus combined with OH minus to form what? ROH, alcohol. In the same manner, you can even write water as a HOH. How? H plus OH minus. H plus positive ion combined with water, negative ion, that is X minus. It forms what? HX. This R plus combined with OH minus. It forms what? ROH. Over here, water undergo cleavage. That's why this process is known as hydrolysis process. What is this? Hydrolysis. Okay, even you can react this one with a sodium alkoxide. Okay, you know over here also it's very simple. Sodium cation and alkoxide anion. This alkoxide anion attacks water. This R plus, it forms ether. R to differentiate, you take this a R prime. Okay, R dash. R prime plus what? NaX. Over here ether is formed. This method of preparation of ether by using haloalkane is known as Williamson's ether synthesis. What is this? Williamson's ether synthesis. Williamson's ether synthesis. Okay, now next one is, next method is KCN. This is very important. Alcoholic KCN. Listen carefully. When alcoholic KCN, you know already. This is in KCN. KCN is a ionic compound. It undergo complete dissociation to form what? K plus and Cn minus. Over here carbon is a donor, means carbon donates electron to the R. It forms what? RCN. RC triple bond N. Okay, alkyl cyanides are the product. This alkyl cyanide, when it further undergo hydrolysis, listen carefully, if it undergo hydrolysis in presence of H plus, what is the product? Just as very simple, you need to remember like this, H2O, you can write H2O, okay, you just cleave this one. What happens over here, carbon to oxygen, there is a double bond, you are framing a double bond over, you should cleave what? Two bonds, R, C double bond O, NH2, what is the product? Amide is the product. What is the product? Amide is the product. And when if you subject it into further hydrolysis, listen carefully, if you subject this one into further hydrolysis, what is the product? It's a very simple, just now I told you, water can be written as what? H and OH, okay, you cleave like this, H plus combined with NH2 minus, it forms what? Ammonia, means byproduct is ammonia is liberated along with what? OH minus, this one, this forms what? RCOOH. And further, if you when you react this one with a lithium aluminum hydride, which is reducing agent, okay, it acts as what? Reducing agent. It provides how many nascent hydrogens? 4 nascent hydrogens. 2 nascent hydrogens combined with oxygen to form what? Water. Remaining two they get attached to the carbon. It forms what? RCH2OH. Acid is converted into what? Alcohol. This is a reduction process. See, I started this reaction with what? Haloalkane. I end up in getting alcohol as the product. Understood? Like this we know different types of products, means whenever we add a reagents, what is the product and how the products are formed during the chemical reaction, that we can identify very easily. Now next one is same I have taken same substrate, that is what? Haloalkane. When haloalkanes reacts with even AgCN, alcoholic AgCN. Listen carefully. Just now I have taken KCN, but over here AgCN. What is the difference in between AgCN and KCN? I will explain over here. KCN, it undergo complete cleavage, means the bond over there is ionic bonding, it cleaves completely. But over here AgCN, the bond between Ag and Cn is not ionic, it is a covalent. That's why this bond will not undergo cleavage. Over here carbon through carbon attack takes place. Attack takes place through what? Carbon. But over here this bond is a covalent, this bond will not undergo cleavage. Now the attack takes place through what? The lone pair of electrons present on the nitrogen. Means there when it attacks through carbon, what is the product? RCN is the product. Understood? When it attacks through nitrogen, what is the product? RNC is the product. RNC is nothing but what? R double bond RNC is the product. Understood? RNC means alkyl isocyanide. What is this? Alkyl isocyanide. This alkyl isocyanide, if you subject this one if you reduce this one by using lithium aluminum hydride, okay, we know it provides what? 4 nascent hydrogens. Just you add 4 nascent hydrogens, it becomes what? RNHCH3. What is the product? Secondary amines are formed. Listen carefully. In these two reactions, when you take AgCN and KCN, there is a ascending of series. Ascending of series means if you compare the product and a reactant, in case of product, the number of carbon atoms are more compared to the reactant. How many carbon atoms? 1. How many carbon atoms? 1, 2. Number of carbon atoms increases. This is how during synthesis of compounds, these reactions are used in a different ways. Okay. Now next one is KNO2. KNO2. When KNO2 reacts with RX, what is the product? Listen carefully. Over here also pure ionic bond. K plus NO2 minus. Attack takes place through nitrogen. RNO2 plus K plus X minus KX. Over here also minus AgX. Byproduct is AgX. Okay, Ag plus and X minus forms what? AgX. Writing product becomes very simple. And K plus X minus Kx and RNO2. This is what? Over here attack takes place through what? Nitro. Okay. Attack over here NO2 can be written like this. NO2 minus over here attack takes place through nitrogen. If you take AgNO2, silver nitrate, AgNO2, the product is RONO, means attack takes place through what? Oxygen. Attack takes place through what? Oxygen. That is known as, listen, attack takes place through what? Sorry, I am very sorry. Over here, or in case of AgNO2, attack takes place through what? Nitrogen. In this KNO2, attack takes place through what? Oxygen. I am sorry, actually. Over here, if you take AgNO2, in case of AgNO2, over here the bond is covalent. Therefore, the lone pair of electrons present on the nitrogen are used for the attack. Understood? Nitrogen is get attached to the carbon over here. But over here, in case of KNO2, due to ionic bonding, this KNO2 dissociates completely into K plus and NO2 minus. This NO2 minus is nothing but O minus and NO, like this. Attack takes place through what? Oxygen. Both are, this is what? NO2 minus is a nucleophile. NO2 minus acts as a what? Nucleophile. But over here, the nucleophile contains how many attacking sites? 2 attacking sites. How many attacking sites are there? 2 attacking sites are there. One set attacks through what? Nitrogen. One set attacks through oxygen. When it attacks through nitrogen, it forms what? Nitroalkane. And when it attacks through oxygen, it forms, this is known as alkyl nitrite. What is this? Alkyl nitrite. Through name also we can distinguish through which attacking atom it get attached to the substrate molecule. This is what? Nitroalkane. This is what? Alkyl nitrite. Okay. This is regarding what? Chemical properties of haloalkanes. One thing over here, these type of nucleophiles, this nucleophile contains 2 attacking sites. One is a nitrogen. Listen, NO2 minus contains 2 sites. One is a nitrogen, another one is a oxygen. Okay, such a type of nucleophiles are known as ambident nucleophiles. These are known as what? Ambident nucleophiles. Understood? Over here, Cn minus is also what? Ambident. Why? When Cn minus, when cyanide anion attacks, it attacks through 2 different donor sites. 2 different donor sites. What are those? One is a Cn minus also attacks through what? 2 different donor sites. One is a carbon. When it attacks through carbon, alkyl cyanides are formed. When it attacks through nitrogen, alkyl isocyanides are formed. This is also what? Ambident nucleophile. Understood? What are ambident nucleophiles? Nucleophiles which attacks through 2 different attacking sites or donor atoms are called ambident nucleophiles. MB means 2. MB ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ 2 ಅಂದಂಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಓಕೆ, now listen, we know that when methyl halide, or you can take particularly methyl chloride, reacts with aqueous KOH to form what? CH3OH plus KCl. How this product is formed? You know, in CH3Cl, Cl carries negative charge, carbon carries what? Positive charge. In KOH, OH minus K plus. K plus Cl minus, it forms what? KCl. OH minus attacks what? CH3 plus. But how this process takes place? This process actually, listen carefully, this is a very important part. Over here is a Cl. Okay, 3 hydrogen atoms, H. I think you know this representation. This is a 3-dimensional representation of molecule. This is a 3-dimensional representation of molecule where this solid wedge indicates this group is pointing towards the observer, and this dashed wedge indicates this group is away from the observer, and these two simple lines indicates they are present in the plane. Okay, now OH minus act as a what? Nucleophile. During this process actually what happens over here, OH minus cannot attack this nucleophile. Now this is what Cl carries what? Negative charge, and carbon carries positive charge. OH minus try to attack this carbon, it tries to approach this carbon, but the difficulty is this Cl is a bigger in size. Due to the bigger size, and this is also negative and this is also negative, there is a repulsion between like charges. And one more thing is bulkiarity. Due to that what happens, there is a no approach of OH minus. That's why now this nucleophile OH minus, it approach from the side exactly opposite to the halogen, because hydrogens are very small in size. There is a space available for the OH minus to attack this carbon from the back side or from this side opposite to the halogen atom. Okay, ಕೇಳ್ರಿ, ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೈಜ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದ. ಸೈಜ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಎರಡರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ವಿಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಶುರುವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವೆರಡು ಏನದವ್ರಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅದ. ಸೇಮ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ವಿಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾಗಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವ್ರಿ ವಿರುದ್ಧವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಗಳು ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವ್ರಿ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನದ ರೀ, ಇದು ಸೇಮ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅದ, ರಿಪಲ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ವೇ ಏನು ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಇನ್ ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, listen, in the transition state hydroxyl, this hydroxide ion is partially bonded to the carbon, and this living group, that is which is a living group, chloride ion, this is also partially bonded, means carbon becomes what? Pentavalent. This is known as what? Transition state. In the end what happens, there is a complete cleavage of carbon to halogen, and you will get exactly opposite configuration to that of what? Reactant. If you observe the reactant and product, alcohol is the product. If you observe reactant and product, in case of reactant what happens, hydrogens are present on the left hand side, arrangement here over here is different. In this case product, hydrogens are present on the right hand side, means this spatial arrangement of groups, what? This spatial arrangement of groups means sorry, arrangement of groups in the space is known as configuration. Actually, configuration of product is exactly opposite to that of what? Reactant. Hence, this is known as inversion in configuration. Inversion in configuration. Understood? This inversion in configuration was observed for the first time by the named scientist Walden. That's why this is known as Walden inversion. What is this? Walden inversion. In this case, in this reaction, rate is directly proportional to what? Both concentration of alkyl halide as well as what? Nucleophile. Hence, the order of this reaction is 1 plus 1 equal to 2. That's why this reaction is known as nucleophilic substitution bimolecular, SN2. Understood? Substitution X, substitution reaction, Cl is replaced by OH. Substitution nucleophilic, over here what is the OH minus is a nucleophile. Substitution nucleophilic bimolecular, bimolecular means its order is 2. Understood? Means in this case, in case of SN2 reaction, which one is a more reactive alkyl halide? CH3X. What is the order of reactivity? CH3X is a highly reactive than primary alkyl halide, then primary RX, then secondary RX, then tertiary Rx. I think you studied this in theoretical part. Okay, this order is followed in case of SN2 reaction. Understood? Always in case of SN2 reaction, what happens? The configuration exactly, the configuration of the product is exactly opposite. That is what inversion in configuration takes place. Okay, and next thing over here is, listen, some points regarding SN2 reaction are, first one is, over here strong nucleophile is required. Listen carefully. Strong nucleophile is required. And the second one is non-polar solvent is required. Non-polar solvents like ether, non-polar solvents like ether, cyclohexane, benzene, such a non-polar solvents are used during SN2 reaction. Understood? This is regarding what? SN2 reaction. Now, one more mechanism is that, means now question arises, if primary undergo, purely if this primary alkyl halide undergo which type of reaction? SN2. Then what about tertiary? What about tertiary? Why tertiary will not undergo SN2? The question arises. Okay, tertiary means just what I will do, I will replace this one by CH3, okay, CH3. What happens? Why SN2 reaction will not, I will explain here itself. This is a bigger one, this is also bigger, this is also bigger. Now this group becomes bigger. OH minus cannot approach from the front side, that we know already. And now what happens? Due to bulkiarity, now OH minus C1 cannot approach from what? Backside also. Both the ways are what? Blocked for the nucleophile. Now this is what? Tertiary alkyl halide. Now tertiary alkyl halide undergo what? Different, it follows different path during substitution of nucleophile. What is that path? What is the path then? What is the path followed then? Listen. Actually, now what happens? This compound initially, listen carefully, this reaction, I will rub everything, otherwise you will get confusion. Over here, when you take a tertiary alkyl halide, when you take what? Tertiary alkyl halide reacts with aqueous KOH. What is the product? Alcohol is the product. But how this process takes place? As that of SN2? No. It follows exactly different path. It follows what exactly? Different path. What is the path followed by this process? This is a tertiary alkyl halide. What is this? I have taken tertiary. I will explain. Initially, step 1. Step 1, what happens? All of you listen carefully. In step 1, this alkyl halide, it undergo heterolysis, it undergo ionization, it undergo what? Ionization. It forms a carbocation. Listen carefully, all of you. Over here, actually it forms what? Carbocation. X minus. During this, we need to use polar protic solvent. Like water. Polar protic means it should be a polar and it should contain a proton. Polar protic solvent like water, alcohol. These are the solvents used during this reaction, because polar protic solvents, they enhance the cleavage of this carbon to halogen bond to form the carbocation. This is what? Carbocation. This which type of carbocation? This is a tertiary carbocation. Tertiary carbocation is formed because this is highly stable carbocation. This, you know, in first year you studied how to explain the stability of carbocation. How to explain? By using hyperconjugation effect. How many hyperconjugation structures are, how many resonance structures are available? 9. How many? 9 resonance structures are available in this tertiary carbocation. Over here, this is a step 1. This is what? Slow step. This is what? Slow step. Now, step 2 is, after slow step only, what happens? After slow step, what happens actually? Nucleophile comes over here. Listen. After step 2, what happens? Nucleophile comes. This nucleophile can attack from what? Same side of halogen atom. It can attack this carbon from same side of halogen atom. Okay. To form what? To form alcohol, which is retention in configuration, means product with a retention in configuration. Understood? Retention in configuration. Okay, I will write shortly I am writing more here. Okay, this is what? Retention in configuration. Even OH minus ion, after the formation of carbocation, this OH minus can attack from what? Backside. It can attack from what? Backside. When it attacks from backside, the configuration is exactly opposite. Understood? It is exactly opposite. This is what? Inversion. Means in this reaction, actually what happens? Both retention as well as inversion. Both products are obtained. But what is the proportion? What is the proportion of product formed? Means how much product is formed with a retention in configuration, and how much quantity of product formed with an inversion in configuration, that we will discuss. Listen carefully. Always, you know, rate of reaction. Already used, I think you studied, if you studied chemical kinetics topic. In chemical kinetics, you studied order of the reaction. Order is determined by what? Slow step. How slow step, which is a slow step over here. Step 1 is a slow step. Therefore, always rate depends on what? Slow step. That's why during any reaction, that too in multi-step reactions, means complex reactions. Complex reactions are those reactions which takes place in more than one step. This is a two-step. First, carbocation formation. Second one is attack of nucleophile. Understood? Okay. Over here, rate is directly proportional to what? Only concentration of alkyl halide. Why? I told you rate determining step is what? Step 1, slow step. In slow step, how many molecules are there? Only one molecule. What is that? Alkyl halide rise to power 1, and the role of nucleophile, it comes after what? Slow step. In the step 2. Means over here, rate depends on what? Formation of carbocation. If the carbocation formed easily, rate is very fast. If the carbocation doesn't form, this reaction will not take place. Means totally rate of this reaction depends on what? Formation of carbocation. If the carbocation highly stable, it forms very easily. So that over here, rate is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl raised to power 1 and nucleophile raised to power 0. Means order becomes what? Order equal to 1 plus 0 equal to 1. Over here also what happens actually? X is replaced by OH. This is also substitution reaction. But this is substitution nucleophilic unimolecular. Unimolecular means rate of reaction depends on what? Only one molecule. In earlier reaction, rate of reaction depends on what? Two molecules. Understood? Okay. This is regarding what? SN1 reaction. The special cases are there in case of SN1 reaction. I will explain some of these special cases. Listen carefully. Listen, over here, the stability, you know already that SN1 reaction depends on what? SN1 reaction depends on the stability of carbocation. Means if the formed carbocation is highly stable, the rate of reaction becomes very fast. Okay. Now, if you observe over here, in case of, listen, if you take this compound C6H5, CHCl, if you compare this one with C6H5, Cl, Cl. If you compare these three, which one is in which the rate of SN1 is very high? In this case, rate of SN1 is very high. You remember always, as the number of phenyl groups increases, rate of SN1 also increases. In previous exam, a question has been asked, that is, which of the following compound is more reactive in SN reactions. Listen, option A CH3Cl, option B CH2 double bond CHCl, option C CH3 CH2Cl, option D CH3 CH3 CH3Cl, sorry, it's not more, less reactive. Listen, which of the following compound is less reactive in SN reactions? You have to identify. What I told you, listen, I told you in case of nucleophilic substitution of haloalkanes, that should it carbon carries what? Positive charge. If carbon carries positive charge, if this positive charge is highly concentrated, attack of nucleophile becomes what? Easy. If attack of nucleophile becomes easy, then rate always increases. If over here positive charge concentration decreases, then rate of reaction also what? Decreases. You observe over here all the four compounds. If you observe CS3Cl, no question, over here Cl minus is there, CS3 plus is there, it carries a positive charge, reaction takes place. If you observe all over here, this carbon is a sp3 and this carbon is also what? sp3 and this carbon is also what? sp3, but this carbon, if you observe option B, in option B the carbon atom is what? sp2. You know, as the percentage of S character increases, as the percentage of S character increases, as the percentage of S character increases, what happens? Electronegativity also increases. Electronegativity also increases. Understood? Then over here this is sp2. Over here in these three cases, what is the S character? 25%. In sp3, what is the S character? 25% of S character. In case of sp2, what is the S character? 33.33%. Am I right or not? You studied this in first year. That's why I am telling directly. Okay. In case of sp2, what is this character? 33.33%. This is highly electronegative. If it is a highly electronegative, means this over here attack of nucleophile becomes, this is also more negative because it contains electrons, double bond over here. Double bond means over here on the carbon atom electrons are more, means it carries what? Negative charge. This negative cannot attack what? This one. Therefore, which of the following compound is less reactive for nucleophilic substitution? Option B is the right answer. Understood? Like this, you try to eliminate the options. This is not A, C and D are not a right answer. B is the right answer. Okay. And one more question from previous year regarding this nucleophilic substitution reactions itself. Listen, which of the following compound is more reactive in SN1 reaction? Option A CH3Cl, option B CH3CH3Cl, option C CH3CH3Cl, option D C6H5CH3Cl. If you look at, I told you in case of SN1, what is the order of reactivity? Tertiary is more reactive than secondary, is more reactive than primary. Then 1 and 2 cannot be right answer because this is the primary and this one is the secondary. Understood? Now these two are what? This is also tertiary and this one is also tertiary. If both are tertiary, which one is, I have to check out which one gives a more stable carbocation, because in SN1 the rate of reaction depends on what? Formation of carbocation, stable carbocation. This, from this you are going to get, this is the carbocation obtained. Understood? Okay, and from this you are going to get, this is the carbocation. I will just modify this one. Modify means I am writing the structure of the phenyl ring. Okay, this is the carbocation. Listen, over here, which one is a stable carbocation? That decides what's rate of a reaction. Over here, methyl groups are donating electrons through hyperconjugation effect as well as inductive effect, because alkyl groups are good electron donating groups. They stabilize the carbocation. Over here 3 are there, but over here 2 methyl groups are there. Along with that, over here the stabilization of carbocation takes place through resonance effect, through mesomeric effect. Which effect? Through mesomeric effect. Like this, see over here, how many resonance structures are possible? This is 1, 2, 3. Understood? Through mesomeric effect, there is a due to resonance of 5 electrons from the benzene ring. This is a more stable compared to this carbocation. This is highly stable one. That's why the rate of reaction over here in case of this compound is highly reactive. That's why D is a right answer for this question. Understood? Listen, and one more clue I have given. As the number of phenyl groups increases, the rate of reaction increases. Understood? Okay, this is regarding what this haloalkanes and haloarenes. Actually I am trying to discuss more examples, but due to time constraint I am going to end up this topic. Thank you. Hi students, yesterday means in last class we discussed coordination compounds. In coordination compounds, actually we have discussed introduction part, that is definition of coordination compound, and what is coordinate bond, and what is coordination entity, and what is central atom, and what are ligands. Now from the same topic, today in this session we will focus on some of the concepts which are very important for the point of NEET examinations. Okay, before going to that one, I will give you some more terminologies which are very important for the point of examination. Those are, yesterday we discussed definition of ligand. Okay, now in today's class we will discuss types of ligands. Listen, ligands are classified into different types. In that, first one is monodentate ligand. My dear students, listen carefully. Over here, actually, if you observe, the name itself indicates mono means single, dent means what? Attack. In chemistry, attack. Okay, monodent means it attack through what? Only one donor site. Understood? What are monodentate ligands? The ligands which attack the central atom through one donor site. Understood? Only one donor site. Listen carefully. For example, Cl minus, it is a monodentate, Br minus, monodentate, ammonia, monodentate, okay, carbonyl, monodentate containing lone pair, nitrosyl, monodentate, means they dent, or even you can define monodentate ligand as a monodentate ligands are the ligands which coordinates with a central atom through only one donor site. Understood? This is what a monodentate ligand. Second type is polydentate ligands. Polydentate ligands. What are polydentate ligands? The ligands which coordinate or you can write like this, so which attacks through more than one donor site. Same thing, the ligands which coordinate with a central atom through what? Through more than one donor site. More than one donor site means it may be 2 donor site, 3 donor sites, 4 donor sites, 5, 6 and so on. Okay, if for example I will give some of the examples of polydentate ligands. First one is CH2, NH2, NH2. Over here nitrogen contains lone pair. This contains how many denting centers? 2 donor sites. Denting center or donor site or donating atom. How many donor sites are there? 2 donor sites are there. Means this is nothing but what? A polydentate ligand. This is actually diethylamine. Okay, this diethylamine is a polydentate ligand, but how many denting centers are there? 2 donor sites are there. That's why this is didentate ligand or bidentate ligand. Didentate or bidentate. Didentate ligand means what are didentate ligands? Means again polydentate ligands are classified in different types. Didentate, tridentate, tetradentate, okay, pentadentate, hexadentate. Now tridentate, didentate ligand or bidentate ligand, both are same, both are one and the same. Didentate or bidentate. Didentate ligands are the ligands which coordinate with a central atom through 2 donor sites. Understood? And triethylamine is also an example of listen, how many donor sites are there? 3 donor sites are there. This is a tridentate. Understood? Understood? This is what? Tridentate. You observe this one. If you observe this molecule, I think, I am sorry, you are not observing this molecule. I will write just above. I will write this one just little above so that you can watch properly. I think it's not visible for you. I have written below, actually I will represent the same molecule over here, CH2 N over here, CH2 COO minus, CH2 COO minus, CH2 COO minus, CH2 COO minus. If you observe over here how many donor sites, you count the number of donor sites. 1, this is 1, 2 over here oxygen, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is also polydentate, but this is what? Hexadentate ligand. Hexadentate ligand. What is the name of this one? Ethylene. Listen. Ethylene diamine. How many? Nitrogen 2. Ethylene diamine. These are known as what? Acetate groups. How many acetate groups? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ethylene diamine tetraacetate. What is this? Ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Shortly EDTA. What is this? EDTA. Understood? This is what? Example of hexadentate ligand. Now, next terminology, this is classification. This is the classification regarding what? Ligands. Now, next one is homoleptic complexes and heteroleptic complexes. Actually, I will tell you directly. Listen, just by example itself, you can understand this concept. This is very simple. This is what? Hexamine cobalt 3 complex. Okay. With I will write one more example over here. COCl2 NH3 4 times plus 1. This is what? Tetramine chlorido 3 complex. Tetramine dichlorido. This is what? 3 cobalt. Over here, if you observe, in this case, ligands are same. In this case, how many kinds of ligands are there? 2 kinds. Homoleptic. Homo means same. A complex which contains only one kind of ligands are called as homoleptic complexes. This is a homoleptic coordination compound. What are heteroleptic complexes? The complexes which contain more than one kind of ligands. Over here, how many kinds of ligands are there? 2 kinds. One is a amine ligand, another one is a chloro ligand. 2 types of ligands are there. That's why this is known as what? Heteroleptic complex. Hetero means different. Okay, this is a terminology which is needed. And next terminology is, now what we will do? Now directly we will discuss isomerism in coordination compounds. This is from this concept, isomerism in coordination compounds. From this concept, every year we will have one question. Okay, isomerism in coordination compounds. What are isomers? What do you mean by isomers? Isomers are the compounds. Isomers are the compounds which are having same molecular formula but differ in their physical and chemical properties. that difference in physical and chemical properties arises because of what? Because of change in arrangement of the ligands around the central atom. In case of coordination compounds, I am telling, this is not organic chemistry, this is inorganic part. Okay, over here there are two principal types of isomerism. What are those? First one is stereoisomerism. Second one is structural isomerism. Again, stereoisomerism is classified into mainly two types: geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. Understood? And this structural isomerism is classified into four types. First one is linkage isomerism. Second one is ionization isomerism. Third one is coordination isomerism. Fourth one is solvate isomerism. Two more types are there. One is a ligand isomerism, another one is a coordination in position isomerism, but these are very important for the point of examination, these four. Okay, now you know definition of these two. What is stereoisomerism? Two or more compounds having same molecular formula but differ in their spatial arrangement of groups around the central atom. Spatial arrangement changes. That spatial arrangements gives rise to different isomers. What is structural isomerism? Two or more compounds having same molecular formula but differ in their structural formula. Two or more compounds having what? Same molecular formula but differ in their structural formula. Structure is different. That is what? Structural isomerism. But first we will look at what? Stereoisomerism. Okay, if you observe stereoisomerism is again classified into what? Two types. One is the geometrical isomerism. One is a what? Geometrical isomerism. Okay, another one optical isomerism. What is geometrical isomerism? This type of isomerism, it is observed in heteroleptic complexes. It is observed in what? Heteroleptic complexes. This geometrical isomerism is arised because of change in spatial arrangement of atoms or groups, Fourier groups. Okay, this geometrical isomerism is observed in what? Heteroleptic complexes. Heteroleptic complexes of the type M, listen carefully, M X2 L2. Over here M is a central atom, X and L are monodentate ligands. This is actually coordination number 4. Means you will find geometrical isomerism in a complexes with a coordination number 4. Coordination number is nothing but the number of ligands, means the number of ligands to which a central metal atom get attached. How many ligands are there? 4 ligands are there. What is the coordination number? 4. Okay, over here it shows us geometrical isomerism. In geometrical isomerism, how this compound, how to write geometrical isomerism of complex of the type MX2 L2. Listen carefully. If two same ligands are present on same side, this is a square planar. Listen carefully, one more thing. I am going little fast, but try to understand. It's very simple. Geometrical isomerism is observed in heteroleptic complex. means heteroleptic complex means I explained just now that in case of heteroleptic complexes, different kind of ligands are attached to the central metal atom. Over here different kinds are there, understood? Okay. And this heteroleptic geometrical isomerism is observed in heteroleptic complexes with coordination number 4. This is the coordination number 4. Over here in this type MX2L2, I can write 2. One isomer where same groups are present on same side, means adjacent to each other. If they are adjacent to each other, if the identical ligands are adjacent to each other, that isomer is known as a cis isomer. Listen carefully. If they are opposite to each other, like this, over here identical ligands are opposite to each other, this is known as trans isomer. Understood? If they are adjacent to each other, cis, opposite to each other, trans. Okay. For example, I will write one example for this one. For example, PtCl2 this is a complex. Over here, if you observe, this is of the type what? MX2L2. Okay. Now you can write Cl on same side, means you can write Cl adjacent to each other. Understood? This is what? Cis isomer. And trans, how to write trans? Opposite to each other, Cl. We can write what? Opposite to each other. Over here ligands are same, ligands are opposite. This is what? Trans. Actually this is what? Cisplatin. This name of compound is, common name is platin. Cisplatin. This is what? Transplatin. This cisplatin, it is used in the treatment of cancer. It is used in the what? Treatment of what? Cancer. This is known as anti-cancer drug. What is this? Anti-cancer drug, because it is used in the treatment of what? Cancer. This is what MX2L2 type of compounds, they exhibits what? Geometrical isomerism, that is what? Cis and trans. And you remember, always geometrical isomerism is observed in what? Complexes which are having a square planar geometry. Okay, not tetrahedral. This point you remember, tetrahedral compounds does not show geometrical isomerism. They does not show what? Geometrical isomerism. And even geometrical isomerism is observed in compounds of the type MX2L4, that is, over here X2L4 means X and L are monodentate ligands. Total coordination number becomes what? 6. What is the coordination number? 6. How many ligands are there? How many donor atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 plus 2 what? Total coordination number is 6. This type of compounds also, they exhibit what? A geometrical isomerism. For example, I will write example of this type of compound, COCl2NH3 4 times plus 1. Okay, how to write the geometrical isomers of this compound? I told you, cis means adjacent to each other, trans means opposite to each other. Okay, this is a octahedral complex. Which complex? Octahedral. octahedral geometry. Earlier was a square planar. This is the octahedral. Listen, if you represent ammonia over here, Cl opposite Cl. Understood? If you observe this one over here, these two are what? Cl, they are opposite to each other. Ammonia opposite. This is what? Trans. What is this? Trans isomer. And this one, how to write cis? It's very simple. You do one thing, you write Cl adjacent. They are adjacent now. Ammonia. These are also what? Adjacent. Understood? Like this is what? Cis isomer. This is what? Cis isomer. Understood? And even compounds of the type MX2 L2, these also show what? Geometrical isomerism. Over here X is a monodentate, but whereas LL is a didentate. You remember this point. It is what? Didentate ligand. LL means what? Didentate. For example, I will take example of such a compound. COCl2 En. En means what? En means diethylamine. En means what? Diethylamine. We will study these in theory part. Okay. Even I can write cis and trans in this compound also. How to write cis and trans over here? It's very simple. If you write Cl opposite, Cl opposite, it becomes what? It becomes what? N. I'm just what I am doing. N. It's a didentate. This is one CH2. This is another CH2. Understood? Over here also same. How many? How many? 2. How many are there? 2 diethylamine ligands are there. We have to represent those two. Understood? If you observe this one, this is exactly what? Opposite to each other. This is a trans. How to write cis form of this compound? How to write cis form? How to write cis form of this compound? It's very simple. Just you do one thing. Just you represent adjacent to each other. How? Cl over NH2 over here. NH2, this is what? They are adjacent. This is cis form. This is trans form and this is what? Cis form. This is how compounds with a coordination number 4 and coordination number 6, they exhibit geometrical isomerism, that is cis and trans. Based on this also, we come across so many different types of questions in previous exams. For example, which of the following is used in treatment of cancer? Option A, cis PT Cl2 NH3 twice plus 2, B trans PT Cl2 NH3 twice plus 2, C cis CO Cl2 NH3 4 times plus 1, D none. Just now we discussed which of this is act as a anti-cancer drug, cisplatin. We should know the structure also, okay. And even in some of the exam in previous year question papers we came across how many isomers are formed by PT Cl2 NH3 twice plus 2. How many geometrical isomers? Geometrical isomers are formed by this one. How many geometrical? 2. One is a cis, another one is a trans. Okay, they will provide options 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay. Listen, because of time I am going to wrap up this class over here only. Time constraint is there. Thank you one and all.